Hello and welcome to today's video. So one of my all-time favourite emulators is PPSSPP for Android, and this emulates the original Sony PlayStation Portable from back in the day, and it's easily one of the most accomplished emulators that you can get or even try. And I recently got myself a Galaxy Samsung Fold Z3 phone, which is an enormous almost like a mini tablet in effect, but when you've got it folded out, as you can see here, and I've got mine mounted in an iPega 9083S controller, which is designed for larger phones and tablets, playing this emulator, I mean, it really does come into its own. So this is just a quick blast of something like Everybody's Golf, you know, which is, I said, we'll have a look at some of my favourite games that I like to play on this emulator. And I've not gone crazy on the settings, even though the specs of this phone could have everything completely maxed out. This is just showing the emulator playing PSP games. I've got it at like 3 times the original resolution, although it can go as high as 10. And because it's got such a fast Snapdragon processor in it, this one's got the 888. Not the fastest that you can get, but it's still one of the top end ones. The performance is just astounding, as you can see. Now, admittedly, Everybody's Golf, perhaps you wouldn't think is one of the, you know, that wouldn't be your top choice as something to test PPSSPP on. However, it's actually quite a difficult game to emulate, and it doesn't work even on, you know, sort of mid-range handsets like the Samsung S8, for example, or the S8 Plus. It doesn't run anything like as smoothly as this. If you've never played Everybody's Golf, it's absolutely fantastic, and there's a follow-up as well. I really do enjoy this series, and they're really great. Golfing done right, in my opinion. Now, one of my all-time favourite games for the PPSSPP emulator is this one. It's Outrun 2006. So I was always a fan of Outrun, right back from playing it in the arcade back in the day. And this is, you know, obviously this is much more advanced than the old arcade game. The graphics are so much more superior, and I have nothing but praise for it. I've played it. It's very good on the original Xbox as well, but being able to do a game like this in your hand, I mean, it's great. I mean, to me, this is more fun than something like, you know, Real Racing, the current Android app. You know, I know it's a bit old school, but it's just great fun. And this is good because there's lots of little mini sub games and targets and things like that for you to chase. Really enjoyable. That sense of speed, the soundtrack, it's just so good, isn't it? I never get bored of Outrun. So if you've never bothered to install PPSSPP, good news is it's free. So there's nothing stopping you doing it. Just head on over to the Google Play Store, download your free copy, hop online, do a little Google search for some games. I will put a link at the end of this to a little install guide that I've done for PPSSPP, so you know how to get it up and running on your phone. Here's another great one. So I'm a real fan of pinball games, and they released 2 in the Pinball Hall of Fame collection. One was the Gottlieb tables, and the other one was the famous Williams tables. And what I loved about these, being a pinball fan, was how they gave a bit of history to each game. They gave the full rules. They were faithfully reproduced with fantastic physics, so it really felt like you were playing the games for real. They had lots of traditional targets. They didn't make it too easy. If a game was genuinely hard when it came out, it's genuinely hard on the game. So good. Great high score system. There was lots of unlockable content as well as you worked your way through it, and bonus tables and things like this. Just awesome. Really good. And they're not massive files to have on your phone's memory, because you have to think some of the bigger games for the PSP are about 1 gigabyte in size. So do bear that in mind if you are thinking of getting this emulator and going to town on it. But I've got to admit, with this Samsung Fold, it's got 512 gigabytes, so I've been a bit greedy and put a lot of PSP games on here. Here's another one. It's a bit of fun. It's another racer, but it's one that my boy used to love a lot, so I stuck it on here for nostalgia reasons. I don't think he'd enjoy it so much these days. He'd probably find it a bit kiddish, but I'm a big Pac-Man fan, and this is actually quite a nice little fun racer. It's very quick, and but a tiny little game, so a good one to sort of test your skills at. It's more, to be honest, it's more akin to a Mario Kart than an actual traditional racer, but there's not that many racers on the PSP system. There's probably only about 20 out of the entire catalogue, so and I think I've probably tried them all, and this one is a good bit of fun, so I don't mind this one at all. As you can see, it just looks amazing. There's no, because the processor is so good, there's no sort of delay when it's loading up the background. So if you look off into the horizon, you can see everything's loading in really quickly. We've not had any jumping in frames, there's no sound issues. It's just absolutely flying, and that's just a reflection of just how accomplished this app is. And this is one that was very much a PSP exclusive. It didn't appear on any of the systems. It's called Loco Roco. There was a sequel to it as well, and basically you play that sort of yellow blob there, and you have to get him around the track, and slowly but surely he picks up bits that make his body a little bit bigger. Then he can jump over bigger obstacles, and sometimes he has to destroy his body to make it into lots of little ones again, so he can get through a little gap. This is incredible fun, but I found that playing it on this one, the controls were a little bit too big, so this didn't actually suit itself to being played on such a big screen. It's actually a little bit better, because you need to sort of, when you play it, you sort of tilt your handset quite a bit. This is actually plays a little bit better on a smaller screen and a smaller phone. But not to diss it, it's still an absolutely fantastic game, and I really recommend you try it. It's just great fun. Lovely soundtrack on it. It's unpretentious. I love it. I really do. So I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will too. You pick up little guys around the course. Little mini targets to get. Such fun. Very surprised there hasn't been a mobile phone version of this, but I think the company that made it were actually owned by Sony, and they've sort of decided against it. Yeah, good stuff that. Now, just a quick thanks to my patrons and channel members. another PlayStation, a bona fide PlayStation classic, which naturally had a shrunken down PlayStation portable version produced for it. This is Wipeout Pure, and it's futuristic racing. Very, very good. And absolutely perfect on this sort of system. There's a lot going on here. The speed, the draw distance is fantastic. You do need to sort of have a familiarity with the track. So, yeah, it's the first time I played this one in a little while. But it's great stuff. You can really get involved in the story and working your way through the different races, upgrading your ship and what have you. It's really good. Really, really good. And this is probably, playing something like this on this device is a better experience than actually playing it on the original hardware. Because the screen's better, it's more vibrant, higher definition. It's crazy, isn't it? I've still got my PSP and my PlayStation Vita, and I love them both to death. But although the Vita's not really been emulated yet on Android, I wonder how far away that actually is. It probably isn't that far away. It wouldn't be a PSP video without a bit of a fighting game, and this is Tekken 6. So I love the Tekken series. I always have since, I think the first time I played it was on the PlayStation 1, and that was Tekken 2 or 3, or 2 and 3 I should say. But this is Tekken 6. Great series, great fun to play through as the different characters, and one which I've particularly enjoyed playing. Apologies for the light flickering there. One thing you do find with a big tablet like this is that the screen is highly reflective. However, my dedicated studio is on the way, and that should hopefully be a thing of the past when that gets up and running. But yeah, look how fast it is. It's just great. It really is. There's no slowdown. The music's cool. It's just the sort of game you can really work your way through. So as I said, if you've not actually installed PPSSPP as an emulator onto your Android phone, almost any Android phone from the last few years, 4 or 5 years, is going to be able to run a selection of PSP games. And if you've got a more recent phone from the last couple of years, you've got nothing to worry about. It will definitely run virtually all games very well. There's my little guide, so go and check that emulator out. Emulator guide out. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video, so you can click on it then and go and install it yourself. Now, if you have enjoyed this video and you want to see more, do please give the video a thumbs up. Do please consider subscribing. There's lots of PSP content on my channel, including lots on this emulator, and there's certainly more to come, as well as more videos planned on the Galaxy Fold 3. Just let me know what system you'd like to see me test on this particular phone next. Thanks very much for watching today. Do please give us that thumbs up, and I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.